Now at 6, a death investigation in Joplin leaves questions for authorities. We'll tell you what they know. Plus,
local travel agencies say that travelers are still making vacation plans despite economic uncertainties. I'm Amber Jenkins with the story on KOAM News Now.
and a Pitt State team makes the Final Four, but not in the competition you might think.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Police investigate the deaths of 2 people found in a Joplin home. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Police tape surrounds a home in the East Town neighborhood. Investigators say the 2 adults found dead inside lived at the home. They're identified as 24-year-old Savannah Bell and 44-year-old Jason Schaffler. But police say they're still trying to determine what happened and when. Police Captain William Davis tells us an autopsy will be conducted tomorrow. Davis says he believes this is an isolated case and that there is no threat to the public. However, the investigation continues. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has signed a bill into law that bars transgender students from using restrooms that do not align with the sex listed on the birth certificate. The bill cleared the state's legislature earlier this month. It covers restrooms, locker rooms, changing rooms, and shower rooms. It allows superintendents, teachers, and principals to be fined a minimum of $1,000 if they do not comply. It'll go into effect in the late summer. Pretty warm out there today. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we had a warm front that pushed through last night, so temperatures pushed 80, near record highs for us today. Very windy, a lot of clouds across the region. Especially through the afternoon, but we're going to stay dry this evening. We're going to stay dry tonight. Then we're going to start to see some changes as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow with our next storm system, which is brewing out to the west. But look at these temps. We're still lower 70, 74 in Joplin, 76 at Grand Lake, Neodesha sitting at 77, Nevada at 72. Still these strong southerly winds at about 20 to 30. And then, of course, we're getting gusts higher than that. Most of our wind gusts today have been kind of sitting in that 30 to 40 mile per hour range. So it's going to stay very windy. But look at our temps. We don't drop off much during the overnight hours tonight, only into the mid 60s. Mild and windy night. Thunderstorms tomorrow evening. Very heavy amounts of rain. Flash flood watch for portions of the region. We're going to break it all down for you here in just a bit.
See you soon. The travel industry appears to be booming despite some setbacks. KOAM's Amber Jenkins spoke to local travel agents about this travel season.
Traveling is increasing nationwide as peak season arrives. However, the travel industry is currently experiencing a shortage of pilots, flight attendants, and other roles. Terry Littleton at Reservation Travel Services in Joplin believes time will help the shortage.
It affects everybody, and it takes a while. I mean, you can't, you can't train a pilot overnight. You wouldn't want to. So.
The travel problems of yesteryear don't deter travelers now.
Cruises, of course, are crazy busy. They were shut down for about 2 years during the COVID mess, so everybody's clamoring to get on the ships.
The shortage of workers' problems is hitting the travel industry as demands grow. Travel agent Scott Austin says travel is 94% back to pre-pandemic levels.
You wouldn't know in the travel industry that there's talks of inflation or a recession because people are willing to spend the money and are excited to travel.
Despite inflation in plane tickets and gas prices, tourists are still excited to travel to their destinations domestically and internationally. Here's what some of them have to say from across the country.
Because we had our own RV and we've just discovered it is a nice way to travel. I don't think it's cheaper though when you consider the expense of the RV and 12 miles the gallon in the truck to pull the RV with.
It's not any more difficult, I don't think, even before COVID it did. I do appreciate not having to wear the mask on the plane anymore and take my chances, but
it's still a pain.
Yeah.
I've been noticing that we had to pay money to get out of the area.
I'm the one that can't sleep in cars. She's the one that can sleep in every single terrain you could think of.
When you compare it to Salt Lake, these roads are really nice.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Travel agents say the shortage of workers is affecting flight delays, layovers, and more. It's a time of financial uncertainty for many in the 4 states and all across the nation, and some people might have questions about refinancing their homes during these times. Harvest Bank is offering tips for people who might have questions or just want to learn how to do so. And there are a lot of factors that go into refinancing.
The top is consolidating debt. U.S. overall is at the highest it's ever been with credit card debt. And so most of our refinances are people now that their credit card rates are going up and rates being affected with the Fed does change their credit card rates.
Refinancing rates vary from person to person because the rates are determined by credit score and debt to income ratio. Still ahead, how some Pitt State students found themselves in the Final Four of a national competition. Plus, some PSU students take a trip in time to learn about dancing moves from centuries ago. Goodman, Missouri looks toward a couple of ballot issues ahead of the election on April 4th. A proposition for public safety looks to add a 1% general sales tax to help funding for law enforcement equipment and maintenance. They also hope to add a new officer. The city's also looking to invest into repaving roads. The city will take out a $750,000 loan and use the city's mass transportation tax revenue to pay it back. Goodman decided to not repave just sections of roads, but to repave all of the city's roads.
All of them at once as opposed to one road at a time. If we do it all at once, we've locked into the price right here, right now. We've all seen the price of things over just the last 1 year. And the lending agency that I just talked to said that they anticipate 2 to 3 more increases this year alone. So let's lock into it right now.
The repaving is going to cover around 6 miles total of roads. It's expected to begin July 1st. It's March Madness, and one local university made the Final Four, but not in basketball. No, academically. It's for Pitt State's Mechanical Contractors Association of America chapter, part of the School of Construction. Pitt State Group was one of 22 chapters to submit a proposal for a national energy project last fall, and the school has now advanced to the Final Four. Sometimes it's more than just competing.
In this experience in creating a schedule and all the above and creating a company and knowing kind of the values of a company, it's extremely valuable for us to in our careers to look at companies and kind of how their values line up for the ones that we want.
The installation challenges include designing 3 1,000-ton cooling towers, a sewer heat recovery system, heat exchangers, pumps, piping. The Final Four competition is going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. Dance moves change with time, but some dance moves stick around for decades, even centuries. Students with Professor Janice Jewett's dance appreciation class at Pitt State took a trip back in time to learn some dance moves from the late 1800s and early 1900s. Dances come from a lot of different cultures.
Our dances are really unique in Crawford County because they're brought to us from our Little Balkans area. We have the Germans and Slovenians, Italians. You know, you can't go to Bardo's on a Saturday night without knowing the chicka dance, roll out the barrows.
Next week, the students are going to take a tour of Immigrant Park downtown and perform dances at the Pritchett Pavilion. The pavilion is the site of a former train depot from the era that they're studying. A little later, a Missouri Southern junior makes a big impact early in the softball season. We'll hear from her.
Plus, thunderstorms are going to increase by tomorrow evening. Those details coming up. Well, of course, very warm for us today. Upper 70s to near 80 degrees. A lot of clouds during the afternoon. Very windy, winds gusting 30 to 40. We're going to continue to see that as we go through the evening into the overnight hours tonight. Nice shot at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Look at this 24-hour temperature change. We're about 25 to 30 degrees warmer right now compared to this time last night. But you can see that front right across central Missouri, central Kansas. Quite a bit cooler on the north side of that front. This front's going to sink in tomorrow afternoon, and it's also going to fire off showers and thunderstorms across the region. Not this evening, not tonight. We do have a lot of clouds. Can't rule out a sprinkle, but in general, just cloudy and mild for us tonight. Our main system still out across parts of the Rockies, but it's this system which is going to be rolling in as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. So rain chances not really there tonight, but here's the noon hour, 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m. So they really go up tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, and last through the daytime hours on Friday. Now, most of the severe weather is going to stay across Oklahoma and parts of Texas. We can't rule out a random severe storm when these thunderstorms fire up tomorrow evening, mainly in our southern counties. But I think our main threat here is going to be very heavy amounts of rain along and south of the I-44 corridor. So any severe threat during the evening hours, but again, main threat is going to be flooding with heavy amounts of rain for portions of the region. So let's go ahead and break it down. Tonight, we only drop back into the mid-60s. It stays mild. Here's our front. So this tomorrow morning sinks to the I-44 corridor by the noon hour. The reason why our severe threat is so low is because most of us are going to be on the northern side of the front. As we get into the evening, the front is in our southern counties. So that's the only spot that we could get any thunderstorms that become severe, but we're going to have a lot of thunderstorms across the region. Tomorrow evening, periods of showers and thunderstorms. Some of these strong in our southern counties, but watch, most of them are along and south of the I-44 corridor. Periods of thunderstorms tomorrow evening, here's 9:30. Periods of thunderstorms tomorrow night, heavy amounts of rain. Periods of thunderstorms through the night into Friday morning. Here's 4 a.m. on Friday, and then the heaviest rain exits Friday morning, and then we just settle in to just clouds and showers most of the day on Friday. So here's Friday afternoon. This system will start to work out of here Friday night, and then as we head into Saturday, it's going to turn quite a bit cooler as well as we go through the next couple days. All right, rainfall amounts, wide range. If you live up toward Yates Center, Iola, Fredonia, Chanute, even Fort Scott, you're not going to get much. And I know you guys are the areas that really need it, but maybe a tenth, maybe a quarter of an inch. Once you get down to Pittsburgh, Lamar, you have a shot for close to an inch, over an inch through the metro, 2 or 3 inches once you get into our southern counties. That's why there's a flash flood risk along and south of I-44. So we're going to make it alert days tomorrow and Friday for our southern counties. 69 tomorrow, 56 Friday. Most of the weekend looks pretty good. We may get a few showers in late Saturday, early Sunday. We have another system late Monday into Tuesday. Looks like just rain, but thunderstorm chances return next Thursday and Friday.
Lots and lots of rain for much of the area, at least over the coming week.
Got it.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, we're going to hear from the Missouri Southern softball team on their hot start to the season, and the Neosho Wildcats at the field for the first day of the Roy B. Shaver Classic. Jacob Leonard has those highlights and more up next.
The Missouri Southern Lions continue to climb in the national rankings this week. The Lions have cracked the top 10 in the country, moving up to number 7 in the latest NCBWA poll released today. The Southern on the field this afternoon for a non-conference game against Missouri S&T, looking for their 11th win in 13 games. The Lions take care of business in this one, 14-5. Chayton Beck goes 1 for 3 with a 2-run double. Southern actually had 5 players today with 2 RBIs each. The Neosho Wildcats host the Roy B. Shaver Classic this week. The tournament features 8 Southwest Missouri teams playing over the next few days, with the championship game scheduled for Saturday. The tournament host Wildcats play their first game of the Classic this afternoon against Reed Spring. Pick it up first inning, Austin Rodriguez up for Neosho. Really thought he put this one out, but it goes off the fence. That brings Wyatt Shadwick home. RBI double for Rodriguez. Wildcats go up 2-0 after 1. To the 4th, they add to the lead. Eli Czar grounds it through the left side. River Brill trots in from 3rd. Neosho gets 5 in the inning to take control of the game. Then on the mound, Quentin Hughes, good all day for Neosho. Strikeout here. He throws the whole game today. Reed Spring only manages 1 run. Hughes also getting some help from the defense on the fly to right. Wyatt Shadwick, nice diving grab out there. Neosho ends this one in 5 innings today. They win the tournament opener over Reed Spring 11-1. Well, this weekend is a big weekend for Missouri Southern softball. The Lions host a doubleheader against Northeastern State on Saturday before facing the defending national champion Rogers State for 2 more on Sunday. Southern has been one of the best in the league so far. The Lions are 18-7 overall and 3-1 against MIAA opponents. They're getting big-time contributions across the board, including junior outfielder Yasmin Vargas. She's leading the team in on-base percentage and leads the conference in stolen bases with 15 steals in just 19 games.
Yaz is a true triple threat, probably a defense's worst nightmare. She can hit the crap out of the ball, and she can also bunt and get on and steal some bases. So it's tough to play her defensively, and I'm glad she's on our team.
I got to get on base for my team. I know they have my back, and I know if I get on, they're going to move me around the bases. We do a lot of film, and we watch everybody, so being able to watch all the catchers and seeing how they play me and just being able to watch everybody and what they do is really important. So if they give me that opportunity, I'm taking it.
She's not the only one off to a good start for Southern. We'll have more from them right here at 10.
They are impressive. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to take a look at a bond issue for Granby, Missouri on improving the city's waterworks and sewage. Plus, multiple military branches testify to Congress to discuss how they're dealing with declines in recruitment. And we'll have the latest on the investigation of former President Donald Trump as the New York grand jury reconvenes today. Those stories, a lot more, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A rooster is turning heads and raising money around Central Arkansas. Reporter Ian Russell introduces us to 46 Sanders.
Gas stations aren't usually a place you spend a lot of time at, unless you're Brian Love.
And I got a little car trouble down in Memphis, and I kind of landed here in Arkansas, and now I'm here.
The rapper from Wisconsin has traveled the country, not alone, and not with partners you'd expect.
I get my man here and give him a better life because the place I got him from, they wasn't treating him too good, so I figure if I got him, he'll live a life he's supposed to live.
Meet 46 Sanders. 46 from the street Love grew up on. Sanders, a reference to the Colonel.
Then I got serious and started to love him and became my real pet and a real thing.
And the clothes, well, that has everybody talking.
The man that's been getting everybody attention in town.
Pictures cost $5, money to help get his truck out of the shop and get him home.
I'm watching him, the Sanders.
But that money isn't just for Love.
I go in every town, and when I see the low poverty areas, I make a note of it, and I go do a food drive before I leave.
So when y'all out there supporting me, just know I do give back, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, y'all gave to me, I got to give to the next person. We keep it going.
It's also a chance to give back to places that have helped him.
My dad used to do it, and he passed away, so I figured it kind of like eased me to have a little moment like I'm still doing something for my dad, so it eased the pain for me.
You'd think someone down on their luck would focus on themselves first. Love would disagree.
I've been down so many times, I figured negativity can only make it worse.
Even though this situation isn't what he'd like to be in, he's keeping his head high.
You got a dream, go for it. I'm having down moments, but still choosing to smile.
And doing that's a lot easier with partners like these.
Shout out 46 Sanders for creating this moment, because he was the one that got the attention for me to even say the words that I'm saying today.
Drumsticks and jeans.
Yeah, skinny jeans.
I'm sure a lot of people are taking pictures and posting them on social media.
Yeah, I bet.
It's going to be raining quite a bit.
It is. Not really until late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. Period. Showers, thunderstorms, heavy amounts of rain along and south of the I-44 corridor. Still near 70 tomorrow and then cooling into the 50s by Friday.
Final sports notes.
Former Webb City High School football standout Tristan Colon Castillo signed with the New York Jets. I had an opportunity to talk to him on the phone this afternoon about that. I'm going to have the full story on the website later this evening.
Wow. Good for him. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.